99er here. So today I am actually in my office and I'm going to work on a project live. I've never done it this way before, but I have locked the cats out. Earlier this week, I unboxed something from Pup Star Christmas. They have their new Christmas movie coming out. I'm sorry, the cats are probably destroying out there since they are locked out of here. And the box they sent me was filled with everything to make a gingerbread house. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the thought of making a gingerbread house makes me a little nervous because the last one I made fell apart. So what I ended up doing is I did find a gingerbread house kit. And you can get these, you find the kits everywhere, but I have found some actually, thank you, Drew, I really hope I can do it, and I'm going to do it live, so this is either going to be, I'm not using hot glue, I'll show you in a minute what I'm using. This is either going to be really, really good, or it's going to be really bad, so we're going to find out. I did make my own royal icing, so I just made that. It's actually egg-free, it's super gluey, so we are going to decorate this. This kit, the biggest part, hi Kristen, how are you today? And thank you, Deb, I really hope it is going to be great. This kit actually came with royal icing. I just didn't want to open it and get it out, but there's a very big perk why I bought this. You know, Deb, this icing recipe was 4 ingredients and it took me less than 5 minutes to put together, and I'm totally happy with that. But I'm going to apparently unpack 5,000 little baggies in here. Ooh, and I have icing tips in here too. This kit was only $8 at Michael's, and look, the house is already kind of put together. So it's a little crumby, but it's still better than me trying to bake one gluten-free and to make it myself, because what would end up happening is I would steal the Godzilla that's a little further back in the office, and I would probably make him destroy it. Because gluten-free is going to fall apart anyhow. But I liked this one, and I found these online. They do have gluten-free ones online, but they're like $50, and I don't know who actually eats a gingerbread house when it's done. Instead, I just want to decorate it, and it smells delicious, so it's there. Yeah, absolutely. No, Drew, I don't eat the house. I don't know who does. We do have a little damage. We're going to try to glue that back on. We're going to find out. But what they did give us, so I bought this $8 online. I think Amazon, they were like $23 to $30. Because I want it to be gluten-free if I can do it. The reason I'm not eating it is because it's not gluten-free. But it is just a big cookie and candy. Why wouldn't you want to eat it? So, it's okay. I don't need to eat it. I'm just going to decorate it and then make sure it goes away, because it doesn't need to be in this house. But they did give us Pup Star wrapping paper. I put this on a cake board so it has more of a support. This actually has a little board to it, and I'm going to take the broken parts off before I do this. But I'm going to use some of the royal icing and kind of glue it on here. And I'm just going to do this with a spatula and slop it down, because really royal icing is just going to get hard and it's just going to be glue. So what I'm going to do, I'm setting it right in the center, and we're going to make this house. And to do that, I'm actually going to move the camera so you guys can actually watch the house as it's being assembled instead of watching me, because that's probably more entertaining than watching me do it. And we're going to see how horrible this ends up turning out. So, they did send us tons of candy. I have stuff all over the office, so I'm going to apologize ahead of time. And I think this came with fondant too, and I'm not skilled at fondant at all. So I'm just going to put that out there. We're going to see if I actually end up using the fondant, and I'm putting my cutting board down here in case I need it. So let's see if you guys can actually see what I'm working on wrong way. So there is the house, and there's my messy desk in the background. So what we are going to try to do, first I'm going to get out some of the candy, and I can still see your comments, hopefully. Candy they gave us. We have a ton of candy. They gave us Jelly Bellies and little candy canes, and these are little doggy bones. I'm not sure what kind of candy they are. I know, Kristen, if I could do fondant like they do on Cake Wars, I would be in a whole other profession. Now, if it comes to icing, I can do pretty much anything you want with icing. So I'm not as intimidated now that this is already assembled. I might be able to do this. We have chocolate mints, and this actually has Air Bud on it, so that's really cute. And I got a whole bag, and there's just a ton of candy. Plus, I brought sprinkles in from the closet for the pantry, because I never know if I want sprinkles or not. And they also gave us a nice little tip. You need to do some repair work to that roof. Thank you, Drew. I know. That is the first thing that we're going to do. And I have most of my cake stuff to do it. And I'm not, since we're not eating this, I am not worried about washing this a little bit ahead of time. So I'm going to, we have 6 different tips that I can use. Leaves, roses, lines, leaves, flowers, and something to write happy birthday apparently, or words. So we're going to try. So before the candy goes on, let's fix the roof and hope it actually stays. And if there's some candy you want to see, like lining the roofs or something, let me know. First thing we need to do is actually fill our bag, but let's get a tip on there. I don't remember which one this was, but this is the one I want for the roof, I know at least. So normally, I say flowers. No, I don't remember saying flowers. What's a flower, Drew? Tell me what a flower is. We're going to see if we can get this done. So I can pipe you a cake. I can do as much decorating as you need, what you want. Let's see. Isn't this beautiful? Nice royal icing. So this icing recipe, I'm going to post it when I do the article about this. It's just 4 ingredients, and it is egg-free, but it gives you a glossy kind of royal icing, not the kind of matte one. And if you want shiny snow, this is a way to go. I think it said to use almond extract, and I should have done my spatula that has a spoon on it because this is going to take a while. The problem is I couldn't find my almond extract, and the only extracts I actually found in my kitchen were chocolate and orange. So right now our royal icing actually tastes like orange, and it actually smells really good. So it'd probably taste good with graham crackers. I'm not quite sure, but we're going to find out. And I am going to make a huge mess of this, and that's why I brought this. You might have missed something or misheard something. Okay. I don't know what, I think you might be talking about fondant, maybe? I don't know. And let's see. Try not to get, this is completely, oh no, we're not talking Slug Terra. That's a whole nother franchise. This is for Puppy Star. And if you can't hear me or you're having problems seeing, let me know. And again, this can either turn out really, really well, or this is going to turn out really poorly. We're going to find out pretty soon here. So, and as big as my desk is, I apparently can, you know, lose something really quickly, even though it's cleaned off. So I'm going to put this in there. So I don't know if I want to actually just repair that piece. So, and I don't know why this actually intimidates me, other than the last time I did this. I know that it seriously was a horrible, horrible situation, and it just did not hold up very well. So we're going to kind of just hold this here. But I did take architectural model building for 7 years, and, or well, I was in design school for 7 years, and I took model making in there. So I should know how to do this, you would think, but for some reason, when it comes to something edible, this is a little daunting. All right, so what this is going to end up being is a little bit of an ugly roof. And so this means we're going to have to cover this side of the roof or just turn it around. I'm not sure. Drew, good luck at the doctor with your kids. And I will post pictures of this later and see how horrible it is. I'm hoping it's not that bad. But you know what? For $8, the fact that I don't have to fight and try to get this thing to stand up is fantastic to me. That is probably the worst part of making any gingerbread house, is trying to get them to stand up. And we're going to just kind of make a pretty roof and try to make this thing pretty. Obviously this side here is not going to be the good side for the photos. This frosting still might be a little loose, so I used, to make this, I actually used 6 cups of powdered sugar. So if it's still this loose after 6 cups of powdered sugar, and probably less than a cup of, I want to say it was like a half cup of water, this is just going to kind of drip down and look like snow. And since it's going to be all kind of gloopy and I'm not going to get definition, I'm just going to make some pretty designs with candy instead. So now this is, like I said before, is for Pup Star Christmas. And I'm just going to be using this bowl in the background for trash and dirty utensils as I go. I think we're just going to stand them up like this. Maybe. They might end up laying down. Nope. Alright, so that whole roof needs to be covered, apparently, in stuff. But we have enough icing, it's not going to be a big deal. And these are going to lay down, I guess. So we're just going to make a kind of pretty Christmassy pattern up here. What's going to end up happening is this is going to probably set as time goes on, and these candies are going to be solidified in here, and we're going to end up making pretty patterns with them. So we have that, and it looks like, if you look at the front, and I may have used too big of a cake board for this, it looks like there's snow dripping down the front of the house, so that's kind of cool. We have to figure out how and what design we're doing. I think since this is for Pup Star, I'm sorry if you hear those cats fighting. I think what we're going to end up doing is, first we're going to turn it around and do the other side of the roof. But we're going to end up kind of making this look like a little dog house. Because the main characters in Pup Star are the talking dogs, just like the Air Bud movie. And it's a singing competition. So, let's see. Seeing as, doesn't matter if I do pretty or not. It's just going to kind of drip down. Now, and this, for $8 and a couple bags of candy, is something you could easily do with your kids and make them a beautiful gingerbread house. And if nobody's going to eat it, you can just lick the icing off your fingers as you go and enjoy that. And let's see what other candies they gave us. I think what I want to do, because I don't know what kind of candies these are, I'm going to kind of line the roof with little dog bones, because we can, and they're cute. And hopefully, we're going to see if they stay. They may not stay. They might be a little too heavy in this icing, but we're going to give it a try. And we're going to see if we can make some sort of pattern or colors, but it does look like... I can't stop this feeling. Okay, so we're still live. Sorry, somebody decided to try to call. I'm going to adjust this dog bone right here. We're going to try and make some sort of a pattern. I do kind of like the look of this drippy snow right down the front there. Let's see if we can do this. And they actually say bones right on them, so that's really cute. I'm really hoping they stay. We're going to find out. Hey, Deb, thanks. I love my ringtone. It gives me something to listen to whenever, you know, people call. Because I don't usually answer my phone. So, I do like the dripping. I don't think that's just what it's supposed to be doing. I think next time, if I make this royal icing, I'm going to make it a little a little thicker, but it was really thick and my mixer was having some problems with it. This side is less drippy. So we also have candy canes. I think the kit came with these little, we have little leaves, little holly and berries that we can put places too. I don't know that we're going to do that right away. Let me angle this so you can actually see what I'm doing and not take signs down as I go. There's the house again. All right, so we're going to try to make the front and the back, at least the eaves match, so we know what is happening. I don't know what to really do for the roof itself. That'll be the next thing we're going to tackle. For some reason, I decided we're going to go from the top and then work our way down. I don't know that that makes any more sense than doing it any other way, but we're going to absolutely try to make something that looks relatively decent from this and hope that it actually looks cute when we're done. Either way, there's a good chance this is going to go live at the, it's either going to go to, my great aunt and uncle's, or I'm sorry, my aunt and uncle's anniversary party, or it's going to go to the office with my boyfriend, because this is going to be a whole lot of sugar that neither of one of us, well, one, I can't eat it, but one, I don't know if he will eat it. So we're going to do the roof, and I think I'm going to do that in lines. We're going to change the tip out really quick. Put some more in here. The one good thing about these tips, or if they're anything like the ones I already have, they should be able to be tossed right in the dishwasher when you're done. So I toss them right in with the forks and spoons and all of that, and they tend to come out pretty clean afterwards, and then I don't have to soak them like you used to years ago. Worst case, you can always use the plastic ones that came with the gingerbread house kit. And if you don't like that, then you can just use the metal ones and clean them. You can soak them. Remember, this is 99% sugar, so it will just kind of dissolve eventually. They are just kind of a pain to clean by hand. So let's try to make something of this roof. I'm going to just cut this off in here. Extra icing. So I made a ton, like 6 cups, 7 cups of icing. I think I made a little bit too much for this little house, but we're going to see. Okay, don't mind that. So I am going to, I don't know, how am I going to do this? Maybe just stripes down the roof? Or do we just want to do tiles? Come on. I don't know if the stripes are actually going to stay if I do stripes. So they might end up just turning into blobs. And once this dries, it's going to, so we have some stripes there. I think that's what we're going to do, and we're going to candy those, because I think all of the definition in this royal icing is just going to kind of fall off as we do it. So we're just going to probably put sprinkles or something on top of here. You've seen what candy we have, so if you have an idea of what you want, let me know. And we're going to do this side really quick. We're going to make it match at least. I'm wondering if I could do a hatch pattern on top of this. So I find it interesting as I'm doing this. I can see the comments on my phone. I have the website open. There's going to be snow all over this thing. So as I have the website open so I could see comments if I couldn't see the angle from my phone, and I can't see any comments on there. So we're just going to hatch this now. Oops. So I'm popping my pastry bag, or my piping bag, which would not be the first time I've done that, by the way. Usually it's with the plastic ones they give you in the kits. I tend to break those a lot with my nails, and I've kind of put a death grip on it. So we have a kind of cute roof there. There's going to be frosting all over my office too. I think what we're going to do, let's see if I can do, I'm trying to make it a mirror on the other side. The problem I'm having is now making it so it actually looks nice. And we have 1, 2 more down. Okay. So this is the problem when you're type A and you're making gingerbread houses, because gingerbread houses I don't think are supposed to be perfect. I think unless you're one of the people, like if you've seen the one online right now where somebody made the whole Hogwarts castle, that is some serious talent, and that is nothing that I will ever attempt or try when it comes to gingerbreading or gingerbread houses, because that's just not in me. So I'm going to put some of these on here, I think. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put little, oops, that's backwards. Oh well. Little holly leaves and berries up there. So this could take a while. Thank you, Lamb's Eyeball. I appreciate that. I'm trying to make it look good. I'm not 100% sure that that will be the end result, but it'll at least look cute, and then we can share some more about the movie. I'm actually going to be screening the movie later today, and we're going to see how that actually turns out. And apparently all of my holly leaves are going to be backwards. That's what I've determined now. Let's see. I don't even know what these taste like, if they just taste like pure sugar, which they probably do. But I don't know that I have enough of these to do the whole roof. So we're going to actually just do the top row on either side. And then I'm going to probably put, what do I need to put? Do I want to put some more of the mints, or do I want to put Jelly Bellies? And we do have enough frosting. I'm actually going to, oops, I need a little ball on that one. There's a little holly berry. I might actually be able to do like a little walkway and all of that. Like I said before, it came with fondant, and I'm not really good with fondant. So I brought stuff to play with it if I wanted to try, but there is a really, really good chance I will skip out on doing that. I'm already hesitant making a gingerbread house, so I'm not going to publicize me destroying fondant on live stream. Just probably save myself a little embarrassment at least. So let me get this side done. We still have 4 sides of this little house to do. And there's a reason I actually chose this one. I like that it has the swooping sides. And I like that it's just not a normal gingerbread house. And I'm also glad that it's put together already, because I would have destroyed putting this bad boy together. I can tell you that right now. And again, my leaves are backwards. We're just going to go with that. But part of the fun is you get to make it completely your own. And it doesn't matter if it's perfect. Let's see. So this icing is starting to set as I do this. I do want... So hopefully, I'm really hoping this hatching holds this roof together. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just do a piping or a line at the bottom on both sides. So that way it kind of glues it together, but then we have a kind of uniformed drippy snow down each side instead of the ends of these hatches. And I am getting covered in icing. The problem with doing this in the office versus in the kitchen where, you know, normal people would do it is my cats are destroying the house while I'm in here. But also, I don't have a sink to constantly rinse off this icing because I am a very messy cook. But I at least make things that taste yummy. Alright, so that's what we're going to do for the roof for now. I think I want to put, I don't know how many of those we have. We have more of these mints. I think what I want to do actually is I want these here. I'm going to put those on the crosses here. This one's covered in stuff. And I'm going to have to clean my office again when I'm done with this because now I have powdered sugar and goodies all over my desk. We're making sure when we do this, we have Buddy, the Airbud dog, up. So he's looking and he's adorable. So I think we should have enough red ones to do this. Red's my favorite color. So, I mean, I could be doing red and green, but I'm having a feeling, I hope I put, oh, Buddy's upside down on that one. Oh, well. We're going to have a lot more green coming in later, maybe. So we're going to pour these guys out and finish the roof. And then we're going to start working, I think, on the front of the house. I'm not sure. Yes, Mom, I know I'm a very messy cook, but I clean up now. I didn't used to, but I do now. So putting some Air Buddies here. So I've heard when they were doing the Air Buddy movies, each one, because they were the puppies, oops, puppy goes down on the mat there, they would have multiple of the buddies. So many of the puppies that afterwards they ended up adopting them out. So there's so many Air Bud puppies out there that are now dogs, and they are owned and were adopted out to staff at Disney. And because there are so many of the puppies and so many of the dogs, they end up having a Air Bud puppies picnic every year. So they have a reunion of all the puppies. So you have hundreds of golden retriever dogs that come out for a picnic every year. I'm sorry, those were the jelly bellies hitting the ground. Uh-oh. So I guess one side's going to be green and one side's going to be red. Because I thought I had more of those. But they do have a yearly picnic with all of these cute little puppies that used to play Air Bud puppies or Air Buddies. And now, I want to say for Puppy Star and the Pup Star movies, they use the majority of the dogs are actually rescue dogs. So they have dogs that are on staff that come in, and they shoot most of the movies in Canada, I want to say. We visited Victoria in British Columbia. So they have, I'll keep dropping these little things. They have dogs, and they found that the rescue dogs are actually better for when they do the movies, because the rescue dogs, they can tell them no, and the dog will keep trying and trying and trying until they get it right, as opposed to a regular dog that you tell it no and it stops. Because most of the time the rescue dogs had a little rougher start and they had to keep trying to do things. So I think that's a neat little thing that they've transitioned from just getting and using the same breed of dog. Now they've used random, well, not random dogs. They look for a very unique type of dog and type of breed for the characters that they're going for, because they have like Lady Paw Paw and other ones for the singing competition. But they make sure that they source them from rescues. So I like that side of it. And all the movies are kid-friendly too. So that's fun. And I don't think I did the crosshatches on the other side the same amount because we're using a lot less green on this side. And let's see. Trying to think. So I need to put a door on the front, and I think we're doing a doggy house because we're doing Air Bud, so why not? I'm going to have to change that piping tip again. Okay, I think that works. So now we have both sides of the roof done, and that is kind of glued down, so I shouldn't push on that. And I'm going to change this to the, it doesn't really matter which tip I use because everything is just kind of sliming. It doesn't matter. I used extra powdered sugar, but it doesn't seem to want to thicken up and hold its shape very well, but we're going to deal with it. I think what I want to do, this is the one that it said happy birthday over the tip. I know you can't see the door. I haven't turned it yet, Mom. I'm going to. I'm filling the bag first. I'm making a mess first. Let's see here. Because there's about 7 cups of icing off to the side. But we need to make sure that we have icing in here and not all over our hands while we're doing this. So. Alright, get that air bubble out. Okay. I'm going to get the icing off my hands, then I'm going to move it so you can see the door. We need to do windows too, I think, on the sides. I think the puppy house needs to have windows. This poor desk was super clean before I started. So here's the front. And we are going to... We're going to make this so it looks pretty, hopefully. And it's snowing, apparently. Nicole, I am probably only doing this one this year. I will come and do one for you if you fly me down for the Disney After Dark. How's that? Does that work? So we're going to do door. And since it's a doggy house, we're going to do curved and then down. What I think I want to do is I'm going to thicken this up a little bit. I think we need a cute little... I don't know if it's going to fit. I didn't plan this out very well. I didn't plan this at all, so there's that. I got it to say woof right above the door. So what I want to do is I got to find 2 unbroken ones. I'm going to put candy canes on either side of the door. I think I'm going to give them a little path to the door. I know, Nicole, you love me. That's what happens. I think we might have lost a holly somewhere along the way. Nope, that one's broken, so we're not going to do that one. We need to have unbroken candy canes. Maybe, if I can open it. I have scissors in here for a reason, because I have deficiencies opening things sometimes. So Nicole, generally, I don't do these because they kind of intimidate me anyhow. So, the fact that I'm doing one of these by itself is saying something. So we're going to put those there. They have their own little kind of candy cane entry. And let me take some of these again. Do I have any of the little holly berries? So I'm already covered in sugar and glue. Well, it's not glue, but still. I'm going to create this. Holly. Which, if I'm not mistaken, holly is actually not good for dogs. So I would avoid that. I'm putting a couple more berries up there for this one. Alright, so there's the front of our house. That door's kind of sad, though. We need something. What else did they give me? They gave me Jelly Bellies. Let's see what we can do with Jelly Bellies. I think what we need to do, besides eat the Jelly Bellies, because that is the most obvious choice, is we need to clean this desk when I'm done, seriously. We're going to create a pathway here. We're going to put that there. Whoop. Get the trash out of the way. Oh, actually, I'm not mistaken, they gave us these. These will be cute. So I don't know why they would do that. So they were in a bag, and then they're peanut butter jelly time. Do you have peanut butter jelly in a baseball bat? I don't think so, Nicole. So we're gonna give ourselves a peppermint pathway. And I think we're gonna cross hatch and put Jelly Bellies in there. I know. That's the problem. When I opened this package, I was super excited because they had some of my favorite candy in here. The chocolate mints. I don't know what the dog bones. I think they're just little rock candy, hard candies, just sugar. But these Jelly Bellies and candy canes and chocolate mints are fantastic. So I'm going to need a little more glue. And again, this is the wrapping paper they sent me. So I used it and I wrapped the cake board in it so we had more space to work with because I like making messes. So I figured the little board that the thing came on probably wasn't going to be big enough. And I was right because I want to, you know, keep making more messes all over here. So the biggest problem, or the hardest thing for me doing this, was making sure that the cats aren't in here and making sure that they're not here to assist me at all. After this is done and I'm done cleaning up my office and removing candy from every part of my office, then I will be leaving this in here until everything is set. Otherwise, cat hair will easily get inside it. So, and nobody likes the taste of cat hair as they fight right outside the door because that's what they're good at. So we're going to try and fill as much of this little pathway in as possible. And I am going to give them a Jelly Belly cobblestone walkway up to the doghouse. I'm not going to do it super fancy. I'm just going to kind of toss them in there and give them some space and they can set in there. It's a little rustic walkway, so they have a nice little place to go and they can just walk in, and maybe we can pretend this is like a heated walkway so they don't have to walk in the snow that I'm going to put around it. So there's that. And the red Jelly Bellies are fruity. I was hoping for cinnamon, but that's okay. So we're going to turn this bad boy around. Nicole, you're more than welcome to come up and work on my destroyed office and enjoy some of the extra candy because I will have candy all over everything after this. So let's see what else we can do. I think that door needs a little more definition. We're going to put a little window and a little door knob, I guess, for the dogs. I don't know. I think you can put a doorknob there and a little window. Now this, again, the royal icing is very loose for some reason. But we're going to put a little green doorknob. Boom. We got a doorknob. So let's turn it. And again, I'm just killing the signs back here now. Let's see. I'm trying to hide all those cords back there. So let's turn this. And let's see what else we have. So the side of the house, we should probably put another window. Not sure if you guys can see that because I'm under the roof eave. And it's very loose. And trust me, it's not because my house is super warm, because I'm always cold. So it's not that. And then we're going to go, oh, those are sad. Okay, so I will say, even though this icing is very loose, it is starting to set really well. So the back of the house, it looks like the bones are falling off, but this is actually set. So it does kind of look like it's snowing, so I like that. So let's see. We need a little more icing. I think we need a big window. We can put some, what they refer to as gingerbreading on it, but I think we're going to lose definition as we do it. Let's see, we've been doing this for 40 minutes, you guys. I'm going to have to finish this pretty soon. That's why the icing's actually setting. Got so much of this stuff. So what should I put on the back? Oh, it sounds like I'm actually breaking my spatula, which is not a good sound. Let's see if that's enough icing. If I can squeeze at least a couple more windows out of this before I just start painting it. Because what I'm going to want to do is get a ton of icing off of my fingers first. But I'm going to want to cover the ground and make it look like it snowed all around this house. Because why not? Because it's winter and we have icing all over. And then we're going to, I picked up, again, some of my favorite stuff, but the P.U.Ps, the snowmen, because if we have this house and it's snowing out, there should be a snowman out there, right? So, let's see. Ooh, this thing is really bad. Hold on. What happens when you drop it into the thing of icing? So we're going to do a window here. We can do, I'll change the tip and I will make some kind of fun pattern down there. We're going to do another window just like the other side over here. And I am very bad at getting air out of these today. So let's change this tip out and let's get some snow at the base of this house and all around it so I can start decorating the ground. Thank you, Kristen. I'm really glad you can't see the horrible mess that I've made off screen. You can see some of the mess, but you can't see how bad it is over here. I think this is the one I want for that. So we're going to change this and I'm going to put snow around the base of this house. I haven't used any of the sprinkles that I brought out and I don't know that I'm going to. I'm liking the snow look. I like the holly. I'm not necessarily liking the random amount of sugar that's all over my office, but you know. So we're just gonna put snow down here and snow over here. And we're gonna need more snow. So what I'm actually probably gonna do, let's see if I can just do it this way. Around the base, I'm gonna actually want to pipe it, but for the rest of it, there's these crumbs in here. You could probably just paint it on with a spatula, and I hope you don't break your spatula, because this stuff is starting to set pretty fast. The recipe that I did use, though, will keep in your fridge like up to 6 weeks, and I think that's because it is egg-free, so that's nice. We don't have problems with eggs in our house. I think the reason I actually went with it, you need egg whites or meringue powder, which I have the meringue powder. The reason I actually went with this one was I'm out of eggs, and I don't know how that happens in my house because I bake all the time. So I have like one egg, and I guess I could have used that one egg, but I need to actually go out and pick up eggs with this thing. My holiday baking is going to be pretty sad if I don't have eggs here pretty soon. So I'm just going to push snow around, and this is helping also glue it more to this board, which will be good for later. I guess I don't need to pipe around the edges. It's still going in. So we're going to turn this around again, and you go in here now. Up there would be better. I'm going to turn it around, and I'll get the other side. So the front, here's our front little doggy house. I'm going to put some, I think some glitter maybe in the snow, and I'm going to put a snowman and maybe a couple other things. Let's see. The house used to be actually in here. This is, Kristen, this is for Pup Star Christmas. They sent me a kit last week with a bunch of stuff to make a gingerbread house. And they want us to make a gingerbread house to help promote the new Christmas movie, and it's kid-friendly, and, you know, no scary conflicts and all of that good stuff. The problem I have is I tend to suck at making gingerbread houses from scratch. So I picked up this kit, and I'm using the other tools they gave me to make a gingerbread house, inspired by Pup Star. So this is for Airbud Entertainment. So, let's see. Just gotta get up in there and get that snow in. So now we have snow all the way around. We have our little Jelly Belly cobblestone path going up to their little house. And again, this isn't inspired by any house or anything like that. I'm just playing because I suck at gingerbreading. So, let's see. Okay, let's see. Where are my scissors? So, with all of this stuff going on, I'm going to lose a bunch of stuff all over my office. So, just using scissors to open things because I'm already covered in snow. Snow being royal icing. And what we're going to do is we're going to give them their own little snowman. Actually, we're going to give them 2 snowmen, 1 on each side. They kind of got a little squishy there. So, I didn't play with the fondant that came with the kit. I'm covered in royal icing. My office is covered in royal icing. But, I want to get that off of here if I can. I'm going to have to clean up the board a little bit before I take the final photos. I will put all the information about the movie and about Pup Star Christmas and Gingerbread House, and they actually have some of their sponsors for the movie, like Extended Stay, actually helps donate towards charities, and they gave, I don't have it here in the office anymore, they give Hope Bears to kids that are in the hospital for medical treatment, so they get a stuffed bear, and they have a lot of really good initiatives that they're doing with this. It's a super kid-friendly movie series, and this is the 4th one, I think it is. It's also really cool. One of the directors is a woman, and her goal is to normalize women in roles that they don't usually see themselves in, like being a director or some of the characters in the other Pup Star movies. The girl characters are scientists and a bunch of other stuff. So it's really cool how they're trying to break down some of the boundaries with the movies, but they're also super kid-friendly. There's nothing scary. And it's a lot of, you know, they're really cute, even if you don't have kids. But here is our little gingerbread house for Puppy Star Christmas. I will be doing a full post on this later. Some of our dog bones are falling off the roof there. But, so thank you guys for actually tuning in and watching me make a mess of my office. And I will chat at you guys later. So I'll see you soon. Bye.